Welcome to Follow the Money. I'm China Barachina. Let us explore the tools and insights you need to jumpstart your financial journey. What happens when the next generation doesn't just inherit wealth, but builds the future with it? At just 24, Sophia Nicole Sy isn't your average founder. She's third-generation wealth. Yes, but she's also the mind behind Sophie AI, one of the fastest rising Filipino AI startups built to serve small businesses with big ambition. She's not just following the money, she's coding it, scaling it, and turning her digital presence into real-world impact. From family legacy to Gen Z marketing, from wealth transfer to AI-driven entrepreneurship, we're diving into what it means to lead when you were born to build. Let's follow the money and the algorithm behind it. Hi, Sophia.
Hi, Gina. Thanks for having me.
Oh, it's a pleasure to have you here on the show. So, first off, we just want to get to know you. How did you start this, and what is your background when it comes to growing up when it comes to money?
Growing up, despite my dad's, I would say, privileged childhood, I grew up with him being in debt because he was in debt for quite a while, and it took him around 12 years to recover that. So I would say that at the early age, I realized the value that the value of money.
It's sometimes like you will think that a lot of Filipino Chinese grew up with a silver spoon.
Yes.
But in your case, you have witnessed. For our viewers, she is actually the daughter of Steve C, the one that we have guested the last week. And growing up with that concept that you've seen your dad, overcome debt when it comes to overcoming it and thriving business, what was the principle that you have learned?
I think it's about stewardship. So being a good steward with what God has given you, and that money is just a tool. It can be here today and be gone tomorrow. Who knows, right? So when it comes to money, it's something that you don't hold on to super tightly. Because it's at the end of the day, it's a tool to do amazing things.
Your dad started when he was in grade 2, he told me.
Yes.
So how did you start all of this?
He started us at an early age. While he was selling his stuff at the bazaar, he would tell us to, melt the chocolates. So
what's your product back then?
I had chocolates, and my sisters and I would go around the bazaar selling chocolates. Sometimes it would be bracelets.
How old were you then?
Oh, as young as 6, 8, 7.
Oh,
we were very young. So I think it comes with the family that you start early.
And when you were 6 years old, do you still remember what's coming through your head while you're doing it? Are you still just playing, or you're having fun? What was in your mind during that time, if you can still remember?
Yeah, I had a lot of fun. From making the product to, since my parents were very entrepreneurial, they would teach us at an early age, even at 6, to add and subtract the cost that comes into making the product, if you were profitable that day or not. So,
wow, ang aga ng
very
costing.
early training. Yeah.
Wow. So how did your family's wealth shape you between looking at risk and opportunity?
I think it's more than wealth itself. It's our wealth of experience. Because not just my dad, but even my aunties and uncles, they all went through a lot of risk and opportunity. So at an early age, we were exposed to unpredictable risks. So my uncle losing his warehouse with just one fire, or we're all one flood, one accident away from possibly losing what we've worked for or what we've built
for so
years.
many years. Yeah.
So I think seeing that and how they jump back and how they strive even despite the setbacks, I think that shaped me to be resilient, because when it comes to business, nothing is ever sure. There's a lot of ups and downs. So building that and being exposed to that early helped me build my resilience as well.
That's very nice, Sophia. So, in terms of like a money lesson from your family, what will something that you'll never forget?
I think seeing my dad in debt and seeing him with being okay and going through the ups and downs, I think viewing wealth, viewing money as I mentioned a while ago, a tool to do good, to maximize it,
To bless other people.
Yeah, to bless other people, and it's not something that it's wealth will not shape your identity. So making sure that you separate yourself from it as well.
Viewers, I feel so young today. She is actually my youngest guest. So, in terms of like, you said it at 6 years old, you have learned to start a business, like own like it's probably a candy shop
Yeah.
bazaar. So where did
Not
that?
even a shop. We were just walking with a tray.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. So from that thought, where did the idea of Sophie AI come from?
Yeah, so I always knew that I wanted to be in business, but it was a matter of when and what. And then AI, well, it's been in the works for years, but retail-wise, I was exposed to AI when I was in college, and I was using it to write my essays, brainstorm ideas, the typical student using AI. And I said, wow, the tech is already here. How can we use this tech to solve problems? So that's where AI was born, because I'm a bad replier. And I know my dad, being in the e-commerce industry, replying to messages can really take a lot of your time.
Retail can take a lot of time. Yes.
And not just your time as a business owner, but your team as well. So that's what I do right now. If you have a Facebook or an Instagram page, I train an AI to reply for you. So you don't have to reply to the repetitive inquiries, the HMs, the...
So Sophie AI basically, so it's a type of AI, but what does it solve or what does it assist?
Inquiries, sales, it can take orders, it can answer where your location is. I mean, here in the Philippine market, even if you put the price, people will still ask how much is it.
Exactly.
So yeah, those
Yeah.
inquiries, because as consumers, we want to feel like we're taken care of, we're assisted. But as business owners, that can take a lot of resources.
yeah.
So that's why I train an AI to do it for you. So
Nice.
that's what I tell my clients. Let Sophie reply for you.
So that's SOFI, right?
Yes, not me.
So what problem are you solving besides the taking orders? What do you think is the percentage of like being able to resolve a particular need of a startup company having this tool?
I think at the end of the day, one of the most important things that we have in life is time. So helping you save your time, that's the very pain point that we have, because more than money, time is important. Time is your life. It's the most important resource.
It's a commodity that you
Yeah.
cannot take back, right?
Yes.
So what makes Sophie AI stand out from other tools out there?
Yes. So with Sophie, we try to make it as human-like as possible. There are a lot of chatbots out there available in the market, but we want to the AI to feel authentic. So we train it with your brands, so it can sound feminine, it can sound masculine, Taglish, and even Jejemon. It can understand.
Jejemon?
Yes, because here in the Philippines, when you're chatting on Messenger
Yeah.
at 2 a.m., you're not using English, you're not using Filipino. It's always Taglish and Jejemon for our market. So
It's trained to like, how about, excuse me, like when you say you,
yes.
you just say you or
Yes.
for,
Or
like for.
dito po
Dito,
ba?
dito po ba?
Yes.
This is actually just, it made me realize that the AI here would be doing a harder job than the usual language.
Yes, and we can also cater to Bisaya dialects and Ilocano as well. So as long as it's a major dialect, we can train the AI with that.
So for what are the provinces that avails with the local dialect?
Mostly Bisaya at the moment.
okay.
Yeah, but I hope to expand soon.
All right. So in terms of like your discipline and mindset, how do you keep yourself grounded with all the privileges and the pressure also.
Yeah, with privilege comes pressure, and pressure is also privilege, because without this pressure, I would say I wouldn't push myself to be in such a new and I would say difficult industry. Tech itself is hard, and all the more AI, because I don't have a blueprint. It's not like I opened a coffee shop where I know the step 1, 2, 3. So build a menu, find a good location. There's a step, or there's already a blueprint. But with AI and with tech, there's something new coming out every day. Sometimes I feel like I can't even catch up, right?
Yes. How do you catch up with that kind of like technology, which is like if there's a fast fashion, this is actually a fast technology?
Yeah, especially with AI, it's a race, really. I grew up homeschooled, actually. I was homeschooled for 17 years.
Wow,
And
your entire like education
yeah,
from wow.
until 9th grade, I was homeschooled by my mom. So I feel like my dad, actually, it's about having a lifelong learner attitude. Learning never stops. So there's always something new to learn out there. So that's how I keep up with the trends.
You're so young. How do you divide your time? Especially, you still have your your social life. You have your personal life. You have your family life, and you have your business life. How do you divide all of these things? Like, what is there a sacrifice that you make that you
A
don't?
lot.
So, which is like the big chunk when it comes to time management?
I think when you're running a startup or even business, I think it's a full time. So I know I'm Gen Z, so work-life balance, taking care of all those things is really important. But at the same time, if you want to achieve great things, it's not realistic. That's why when it comes to time management, people always tell you to prioritize. So for now, Sophie is my priority. So other things have to wait at the moment.
Okay.
So, yeah.
And in terms of like distraction, so because you're young, like
Yes.
how do you discipline yourself in this distraction? But before you answer that, we're just warming up. Follow the Money returns after a short break. You're still watching Follow the Money. Still with us is Sophia Nicole Sy, CEO of Sophie AI Tech Solution Incorporated. We're talking next generation entrepreneurship, how she's turning family legacy and tech innovation into real world impact. So Sophie, as I was asking you a while ago, how do you like block or discipline yourself from distractions?
Honestly, it's a struggle, especially digital distractions. I think we're all online, and it's made to make you stay in the platform, whether it's the hooks from creators to the algorithm itself. So I would be a hypocrite if I tell you
don't doom
I'm
scroll.
locked. Yeah, that I don't doom scroll. I'm always locked in. But I feel like to compromise, just choose the distractions that you have. So if you're doom scrolling, what's the content that's filling your mind? When I'm driving in the car, am I listening to music or am I listening to podcasts?
So what
being
content are you
intentional.
taking in that case?
A lot of podcasts, mostly. I like listening to people. So the typical Diary of a CEO podcast.
Okay.
So you learn a lot from their experiences, their wisdom, no matter what background.
Do you still read books these days?
That's my weakness. That's my weakness. But thankfully, we live in a digital age where I have alternatives. Yeah, I do listen to a lot of audiobooks.
Okay,
Yes.
because that's our problem, Gen Z's problem.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I don't have the attention span for it. I try.
So what is it like being the public face of a tech startup at 24?
Honestly, a lot of pressure, but at the same time, hopeful and exciting because I grew up in a very unconventional way. I mentioned being homeschooled for 17 years. And actually, I didn't have a tech background in college. I took
What is?
corporate management for my course. But at the same time, because of AI, I can start a tech company because it allows the access to information, the access to execution has never been more democratized.
So do you plan to further study when
Yeah, even whether it's everyday scrolling or like reading short articles. Yeah, you have to constantly learn, and you that's your limit. You always compete with yourself at the same time.
So how are you preparing to carry your family's legacy forward? Because you are already starting it. At a young age, do you already have that in mind?
Yeah, and you mentioned pressure a while ago, and I honestly have big shoes to fill. So for me, it's a journey of trying to manage that pressure internally and not let that pressure overwhelm me. And
Is your dad mentoring you?
yes, every
lot.
day, yes.
So what would you do differently from your previous generations?
Oh, wow. Something that I would do differently, I think since I do have the access to information and thankfully their experience as well. So I guess I would say having an open ear and an open mind compared to previous generations where, oh, it's always been done this way. So being more innovative and open to what's new out there. Yeah.
I see. So do you think next gen wealth has a role in nation building?
I think no matter who you are, you have a role in nation building. It's a matter of how and what, but most importantly, why. So I think everyone has a role in nation building. And right now, I feel like my contribution is in tech. It can change years from now. Who knows what I'll do to help our nation. But definitely, I feel like everyone is placed where they are for a reason. And I hope everyone tries to bloom where they are planted.
And what values from your family do you want to protect?
Values that I want to protect, a lot, honestly.
If there's one on top of your mind that you really want to pass on to the next, to your future kids and your family, what would it be?
I think one of the greatest gifts my parents gave me is my faith. Though it's still a personal choice at the end of the day, but they still introduced it to me. Because at the end of the day, that's the only thing that matters, and that's the
Your
only
anchor.
Yes, and that's the one I can bring beyond this lifetime.
You're gonna make me cry. Okay. So what does follow the money mean to you?
Actually, you ask this question a lot, and it's such a hard question. I think personally,
You're watching.
yes, of course, I love your show.
Thank you.
I personally don't think I follow money, but I follow the one who created it, and I feel like we go where we're called, whether it's for profit, non-profit. Each of us has our own story, and
So what do you think is your calling, Sophia?
For me, I don't have an exact, but
Yeah.
I just know that right now I'm called here in this season, and I want to live a life that will glorify God.
Nice. So in terms of like marketing, Sophie AI,
Yes.
like a creator, was that intentional?
Yes. So I think when it comes to AI, there are a lot of hesitations, comes with a lot of fear, and a lot of
Are you shy in person? Are you an introvert?
yes, I'm such an introvert. So taking that step outside my comfort zone was a lot. But I think the reason why we also named Sophie AI after my name was to give the AI an identity, because people don't really want brands. They want authenticity. They want to know the people behind it. That's why I decided to jump and market it as a creator.
Do you
as well.
still remember your first time that you're gonna sit in front of the camera and do your creation, like your digital creation?
I think think when you're at home and you're alone with your phone, which is most of my content, you don't feel it as much. But example,
Yeah.
right now, I'm here, I'm speaking live, I feel it a lot. Yeah.
It's all right. Now we will play, so you won't feel that. So we will have rapid fire. So first thing that comes to mind, and then okay. So anything you don't need to explain. So
Okay.
business is blank percentage mindset and percentage hustle. So how many percentages mindset? How many percentages hustle?
I think 100, 100.
Wow.
100, 100.
Money follows you when blank.
When you solve people's problem.
And one habit that you'll never change.
Asking God for wisdom. Because at the end of the day, especially in such a new industry, you have decisions that you don't know if it's right or wrong. You don't know if it will cause your company to fall or to succeed. But if it comes from God, you have peace no matter what happened.
And if you could give your 18-year-old self one money tip, what would it be?
One money tip.
When you're 18.
I feel like I was already kuripot, but save more.
Okay, so this is the traditional question for you. Money, we all know that the verse is love for money, but
Yeah.
this is, how will you complete this sentence? Money is the root of all blank.
Money is the root of all. I watch your show, but I still don't have a
What do you think? Is it a tool? Is it a gift?
It is a tool and it's a gift, and I feel like we're accountable for whatever money we have, whether it's a large sum, a small sum. It's about stewardship at the end of the day, being a faithful steward with what the Lord has given you.
Thank you, Sophia Nicole Sy, CEO of Sophie AI Tech Solution Incorporated, for giving us front row seat to how Gen Z entrepreneurs aren't just inheriting wealth, they're building the future with it. Thank you, Sophie.
Thank you so much for having me.
You're welcome. So what Sophia is doing is not just building a business, she's engineering change. As former US First Lady Michelle Obama once said, success isn't about how much money you make. It's about the difference you make in people's lives. She could have just inherited a seat, but instead, she's building the whole table. Sophia Nicole Sy shows us that next-gen wealth isn't just about cash flow. It's about character, clarity, and coding something that works for others. In a world chasing viral moments and fast growth, she's quietly building something better, something scalable, sustainable, and sincere. Because following the money isn't just about numbers. It's about how you multiply impact and who you bring with you. I'm China Barachina. Stay curious, stay sharp, and always follow the money.